And good evening. How are you doing? Thanks for streaming with us. We really appreciate it. Of course, the story of the night is Hurricane Helene, just about to make landfall in Florida. Let's zoom in a little bit. You can see here where the eye wall is. The strongest winds are just on the top end and also on the east side there. But you notice the eye wall on the east side, it doesn't look as impressive, but boy, these winds are really strong. If you know this part of Florida, right along the coastal sections, there aren't any really big cities. It's a lot of small, like fishing communities. Right here where this little notch is Steinhatchee, I believe, right about there. Winds are probably impressive there, and I'm expecting for the strongest winds to probably come across a little town called Perry, if you're familiar with that. So Perry, looks like the winds are going to be very intense there. Tallahassee is going to be right on the edge, and I would say, let's say Perry, and this storm is moving so fast that the winds will likely be very impressive as well, Madison and Monticello. So, of course, dealing with a lot of problems there in Florida. Okay, let's get the particulars on Hurricane Helene. Winds right now, last I looked, was 140 miles per hour. I believe it's still there, yeah, right at 140 mile per hour winds. And moving off to the northeast at about 24 miles per hour. Big storm surge right where Helene coming on shore and just off to the east there. Again, pretty close to around that Steinhatchee area. I believe that's the way you pronounce that. But an impressive hurricane, that is for sure. Let's take a look at some of these winds. Let's see if I can get in here. The wind gust. Now, with most tropical systems and hurricanes, the strongest winds are right in the eye wall. I mean, matter of fact, the buoy way offshore, 58 mile per hour wind gust. Gainesville, 56 mile an hour wind gust. Tallahassee right now, wind gust at 48. But between Tallahassee and the eye wall there, the winds, they increase greatly. Maximum sustained winds about 140 miles per hour. So you've got to be really close in there, like 45 mile per hour, 45 mile wide swath, maybe a 50 mile swath there where you're going to have those winds that are really impressive. And the way that the hurricanes work when they come on shore, if you're inland 4 or 5 miles, you can pretty much take off about 10% to 20% just like that of the maximum sustained winds. Of course, this system's moving pretty fast, so there's going to be a lot of wind damage there. Also a threat for tornadoes there in northwestern portions of Florida and also into Georgia. So really bad there for those folks. Major hurricane. By the way, since recorded history, 1851, this is the first time that a Category 4 hurricane has made landfall in the Big Bend area there of Florida. You would have thought that there had been one since 1851, but there hasn't. Also, a big storm surge there. You can see where the gray shading is, also the orange shading there. This storm is moving so fast that it's still going to be a hurricane moving through Georgia. So you can imagine there's going to be quite a bit of damage there in northern Florida and also into Georgia. Okay, talking about our weather. By the way, let's see if we got any questions. Mary, wish we could get some of that rain. Yeah, you don't want that kind of rain though, Mary. Here's something bad. We're really in a very dry pattern, and I don't see any rain headed our way anytime soon. At least not for the next 10 days. Things may change after that, but I don't see that. And Bill Taylor, is it Bill Taylor's birthday? Luke, is it Bill Taylor's birthday? Looks like I don't know. I don't know either. I should know. What is this, September 26th? I don't know. Somebody will find out maybe, but we don't know over here. But Mary, hey, you just informed me that maybe it's Bill Taylor's birthday. Somebody just text me. Maybe I get a text that it is his birthday. I'm not sure. Let's see. Somebody's watching. Anyway, low this morning was 66. We got to go through this pretty quick because we got a newscast coming up at 10. The high today, 91. So as promised, beautiful weather, and I think it's going to be like this for several days where the low temperatures are in the 60s, mid-60s, high temperatures in the low 90s. Record high for this day, 103, set back in 2005. We weren't anywhere near that. If you've got anything planned for the rest of the evening, it's beautiful out there. It's going to be really nice with those low temperatures, pretty close to around 66, 67 in the morning. So go out there and take advantage of it. We're at 80 degrees, probably feels like the 70s with just a little bit of a breeze. It's already 68 in Bernie this morning. Low temperatures were in the 50s in the hill country. Very nice there. We've got, let's say, high pressure building in. Look at Dallas, Fort Worth, 77, Midland, Odessa, 75. By the way, I believe the State Fair starts tomorrow. I believe that's what I heard. So if you haven't been to the State Fair of Texas up there in Dallas, you owe it to yourself to go up there. All right, here's what I was talking about. We got a low in the Tennessee Valley, kind of absorbing Helene. We got a high in Arizona and New Mexico. We're in between. And through the weekend, even though we'll have disturbances coming in from the north, just too much dry air and a northwest flow into the first part of next week. And there's just no way we're going to see any kind of rain with that kind of a pattern. So let's go to the forecast for tomorrow morning. Again, I think mid-60s and highs tomorrow. Probably mid-90s, 94, 93, something like that. And then we'll get into the mid-90s over the weekend. Yeah, I know, that's not what we want. By the way, ragweed is kind of elevated in case you're sniffling. All right, here's the 14-day forecast. 94 for tomorrow, Saturday, 95. And then I've got weather impact alert days for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday because this is really hot for this time of the year and will be within a degree or two of records. So watch out for that. And then next week, I think highs low to mid-90s. Next front, maybe the 8th, 9th time frame, but that's a long way out. Really for the next 7 days, dry conditions, lows in the 60s, highs in the 90s. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys streaming with me, and I will see you at 10 and tomorrow night. Okay. We'll see you later. Thanks.